Hello, everyone. I'm gonna go get a sandwich, so Holly's gonna entertain you.
I'm putting paninis in my mouth. I'm putting paninis in my mouth. That's not how Italian sandwiches are pronounced. I'm putting paninis in my mouth. What the fuck is that sound in the back? That was either Serena or was a very, very, very odd sound from Shadow. I don't know. I don't know what that was. Sounded kind of like a whale. Anyway, hi chat. How are we doing? Oh, is the music loud? Why do you have cheese sauced pants? Like what do you accomplish with that? Oh, pasta. I don't know why I read that as pants. Hey, I hear that you're back, Serena.
Grilled pork, banh mi. Grilled pork, banh mi. Grilled pork, banh mi.
Was that you going?
Huh?
Was that you making the big noise?
Oh yeah, I went woo because Tim is here, and I didn't realize Tim was gonna be here today. But
Tim is here.
But Tiny Tim, my friend's dog, Tiny Tim, is visiting. So I think Lenny went to go pick up our friend, who is. We're gonna be hanging out with them later, but because they're kind of busy for a bit. But we are looking after Tim apparently, and so I went downstairs, and Tiny Tim was right there.
Tim,
right there waiting, just like the old days.
He was there for you. Do you remember how we used to run?
Do you remember how we used to run? Anyway, grilled pork banh mi is beautiful and wonderful and tasty.
I fucking love banh mi.
Yeah, me too.
There's a place in Oakland's Chinatown that has the best fucking pork buns ever. I gotta go there again.
When my eyes are closed, where they always have a grilled banh mi for me.
Do the fates are set, but I don't eat yet. I'm waiting for the cats to come round.
To gather round for tea.
To gather for tea. Can I call you tomorrow instead of seeing you tonight? 'Cause you're tired. And also, I'm sick of saying it's alright. Actually, never mind. See
Grilled
you
banh
soon.
mi.
Grilled banh mi. Yes. Okay. So hey, we got some announcements.
You do?
Yeah, we got two announcements, or well, we have one announcement, then I have one announcement.
Oh, okay.
First of all, hey, we got a new clip up on all the channels, edited by yours truly. Check it out. It's good. I really like it. It's from another one of the Morgan Wednesday streams.
It's on YouTube.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's on TikTok. It's on Tumblr.
You can just watch it on YouTube like an adult, though.
You're saying I'm not an adult?
I don't know. Did you watch it on TikTok?
Yes, and YouTube.
What about Tumblr?
Not yet. Because we were already on call when you posted it to Tumblr.
Banh mi crumbs all over.
But lovely.
1 million crumbs.
So happy. So happy for you.
1 million crumbs.
The other announcement to be made is the unbeatable Jamie Page Content Companion is out now. I am in it for 30 seconds, which means you should go buy it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck? Shrek is coming to Brawlhalla?
Okay. Not bad. What's Shrek steal?
But it's gonna have Shrek, Fiona, Puss in Boots, and Donkey.
On me.
Have you heard about the streamer Ludwig appearing in a Chinese live-action visual novel?
No, that's kind of awesome.
Here, let me send you the image.
Holy fuck. Is this one of those VNs that Northernlion was playing?
I don't know.
Okay. Never lucky, always punished. Someone has to be. Through your suffering, everyone else shall live forever.
Oh. Gacha Yakuza Season 2 confirmed.
Okay, I figured. I assumed it was popular. It's all about recycling. Just deliberately watched a YouTube short for the first time. Would you mind?
Was it ours?
Was it our YouTube short?
He kicks my legs.
Kicks my legs so fast and hard that it puts a hole in my wall and destabilizes my entire house. Killing.
Flips my big fluffy fucking tail.
Yeah. Yay!
Yay! We are simple creatures.
Not me. I'm complex. I'm literally incredibly complex. Here, ask me a question and I'll answer it in the most complex way possible.
Can a set of all sets contain itself in it?
I don't know.
That wasn't very complex.
That's what fucking Socrates said, so...
Beatboxing puppy.
Oh, I'm the beatboxing puppy. You know the people love me. I think we're going to do that for movie night one of these days.
Oh, God. That... Oh, God. Apologies for being tired. I woke up less than an hour ago. Or actually, just an hour ago now.
Of the devil! Yeah, Lunas. Yeah, of the devil. Everyone loves it.
Yeah. Hey, you want to screen share the game to me?
Once I'm done eating my grilled pork banh mi.
Grilled pork banh mi is good. It's very good.
It's incredibly tasty. The banh mi place nearby that I used to go to got shitified.
Oh.
It used to be $5 for a sandwich, and then it eventually became up to $9 for a sandwich, and then the sandwiches became worse.
Oh, that sucks.
So I don't go to that one anymore.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
The Tifa and Barret outfits in Final Fantasy XIV are gender locked.
Lame.
Cloud didn't serve immense cunt in a dress for that to happen.
And you expect me to play this game?
There's lesbians in it. And there's other stuff that's not gender locked.
There's lesbians everywhere for those with the eyes to see.
Yes, but there are like lesbians that you don't need the eyes to see in this game. like multiple background characters confirm being lesbians, and there's even a lesbian romance that's central to the plot.
Yeah, but I have the eyes, so I may as well use them.
Fair enough. I don't use my eyes. I'm blind. I can't see. Hey, you should still screen share that game to me.
Yeah. I'm almost done with my sandwich. Don't worry, I only got 1 bite left. 2 bites left. Almost done. Thank you, everyone, for your patience. Now, you may be saying, Serena, why didn't you just wait to go live until after you ate your sandwich? And to that I say,
Sandwich. It's the Krabby Patty with jellyfish jelly song, but it switches around the last subjects of sentences, so it goes, "This is the greatest skibbity-bot in the world, sandwich," and then he explodes.
hell yeah, girl. Okay. Oh,
Why am I on your head?
Yeah, what?
Why am I on your head?
There wasn't space anywhere else on the screen.
I see.
You would have been too cramped if I put you next to my boobs or behind me.
I wouldn't mind being cramped.
Okay then. There you go.
Hello, I am tiny. Oh, okay. I guess.
Smalls you.
Damn. Fuck, yo.
You're like a little flea now.
I am a little flea.
There. You can be.
Here, have
Nah.
this.
That's kind of awesome. That's kind of really awesome. That's kind of amazing. Teto, you're so silly. Why are your pants falling down? Did you see the thing I sent you earlier?
Which thing? The rabbit?
Yeah, where someone posted a video of you.
Yeah, I have seen this video. I have seen this video time and time again.
I think that's real footage of you composing Rock for Clout synth solo.
It's it is. Do you want to put it up for the viewers to see?
I don't know if I have an easy way to do that. No, I think they don't get to see it.
Okay.
I think they get nothing. I think I'm evil now. I'm like if a girl was fucked up.
I just saw a shirt that said I yelled Ricci, but she kept sucking mahjong.
What's that one song that you and Lenny kept playing?
I got that jong in me.
Yeah, I got that jong in me. Chat, do you got that jong in you?
One of them said, I don't speak English. Motherfucker, you just said that in English.
I pulled out my Glock. You should have seen his face when he saw the Glock. Anyway. How's everyone going today?
I had an op named Tachibana. I cut off his legs. Now he's just Bana.
How's everyone going today? You don't have any jong?
I think we gotta ban you. You don't have any jong.
Umi, you gotta go. You gotta
get
run.
the fuck out.
You gotta run and you gotta not stop. Don't look back. Do not stop running. That would be what I would sound like if I was an old radio transmitter from a movie and a transmission just came in. You'd hear beep, 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 beep. I just realized no one on TikTok can hear you.
What? No one on TikTok can hear me?
Yeah, because TikTok does that stupid thing where it always defaults to the wrong TikTok.
That's a privilege you only get by going to Twitch.
No, they can hear you now. What a grill.
In Tharkness and...
With sausage and hot dogs in the night. This is my, my parody where, Solid Snake is really into grilling.
What a grill.
What do you think? Did you,
it's pretty good.
Thanks.
Pretty fucking good.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty proud of it. I'm pretty, I think it came out pretty well. Opening a box of the Pal World TCG. They'll just make a TCG out of anything these days. I gotta make a Saruni TCG, but it's just one card. Just one.
It's just Saruni, and it's if you play Saruni first, you win the game.
It's not really a card game. It's a trading card game. You trade the cards. You don't play it.
I see.
You just look at it and you go, wow. And then if someone else has the same card, you just kind of pass it back and forth.
Whoa, my Reddit post about the most lesbian Magic deck possible has made it to the top of r/MTG.
Wow, you're famous. Dealer's choice. Okay. But I'm gonna go to r/MTG and be like, I was here. I'm gonna follow you on Reddit. I'm not seeing it. Not seeing it.
The most lesbian commander deck possible.
Let's see. Top of this week. I'm sorry, Holly. I'm really, I'm looking, but I'm not seeing the top lesbian something or other.
Let me see. Top this week.
I think maybe I've just been lied to and bamboozled, chat.
No, it fucking showed up for me.
You did top of this week?
Yeah, it showed up the first time I did it, and now it's not.
Oh, you got obliterated on the spot. They turned you to naught but dust.
They killed me.
They killed you horrible. Anyway, we do have to wait an hour before we start playing today because we have to push it back even further every single time. They probably deleted it because they hate women. That's probably it. They probably did delete it because they hate women. Did you say women? You said women, plural. I think it's kind of funny to just call it woman. Like a collective monolith. Bing, bong, bing, bong. Bong, bing, bing, bong. Whoa, chat, did you hear that? They just, school's out, it's summer vacation! No rules! Spring break! What are you all gonna do on your spring break?
I'm gonna go to Disney World.
I'm gonna catch a gnarly surf and work on my tan. Holly, you found it? Did they like put it in like a trash can or something? That'd be fucked up if they did that. What if I just like,
it has 115 comments but has somehow 0 upvotes? That is fucky.
I just looked up lesbian and nothing showed up. From past month. Oh, there it is. The idea is simple.
It's supposed to be said with the failboat inflection.
I don't know failboat.
The idea is simple.
Is that what failboat sounds like?
That's what he says in some of his videos.
Oh. Well, that's good. I didn't realize failboat was a lesbian. Sorry, I've only been like half paying attention. I think we have to accept the fact that failboat might be a lesbian.
I think we have to abandon the idea of failboat transitioning.
Oh no, that's too bad. We'll get her someday. Whoop. Just kidding. Let's make this a little that. There we go. Maybe that's better. Maybe. Only just noticed the back of Holly's hair is green. Hashtag cute. It's true.
Yeah, I agree.
She's literally green.
It's greebness.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, here.
You're gay. I literally like women. You can like women and be gay. It's called bisexuality.
I had forgotten about
bisexuality. Honestly, one of the greatest posts of all time
it's so fucking good.
For an amazing reason. Yeah, you're green for an amazing reason.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm green because I can be placed there.
Hey chat, do you hear it if I hit this button? You do. Okay. So I have two different soundboards now, one of which I cannot hear and one of which I can hear. That was the one that I can't hear, but I could still see it popping up in the audio mixer. Green means you're not mean. Tell that to the M&M. First note of Death by Glamour. It was the first note of Death by Glamour. You got it in one.
I didn't hear it. I want to hear the first note of Death by Glamour exclusively.
Sucks.
Fuck.
Watch the VOD. Should I put, maybe I should put Boo Womp inside of my, oh, I do have a button that makes it so it sounds like I'm in a cave.
Oh,
do I sound
cool.
like I'm in a cave now? I should sound like, no, it didn't work. Okay.
Oh, there we go.
If I hit this, that turns it off, that turns it on. There we go. I should sound like I'm in a cave now. Do I sound like I'm in a cave?
Sarita, where are you?
Holy Lisa, boy, Marge, help me.
You're stupid.
Homer Maggie Bart, Homer Maggie Bart. Lisa, Homer Maggie Bart, Homer Maggie Bart, Marge.
Those are pretty good. I like those ones.
They're very good. Hey, do we want to do chat the honor of not taking an hour this time?
Fine. And Big Larry came around to put him down. SpongeBob turned into a clown, 'cause no girl ever wants to dance with the fool who went and
ripped his
pants.
That's really good.
That's really good. I need that one. I need that one bad. Can you send me that?
It's on the Jamie Page Discord server.
Why are there two of you?
Why are there two? Because you placed one in a place. I don't fucking know.
There we go. No, I figured it out. I solved it. You don't need to freak out. You don't need to attack me or call me horrible names, okay? We can all...
Damn, Jamie, this shit sucks.
I don't think that's true. I wouldn't say that to Jamie.
I think it can digging in the ground for tubers.
This model gives you nostalgia? How does it nostalgia for what?
For a simpler time.
Oh.
Hey. So, did you by any chance see this comic recently?
Let me take a look. That sucks, girl. I mean, it's really funny, but it sucks.
You mentioned the green M&M, and this...
Here, I'll show it on stream.
What's the thing I said about the green M&M?
Okay, we can start now.
Yay!
Yay!
Of the devil.
Game froze. I'm joking. I'm joking. When Big Larry came around to put him down, SpongeBob turned into... What up?
Oh, I was singing with you.
Oh, chat, you can't talk about them or Holly's gonna get mad.
I know what you're doing.
What do you mean?
The stream delay is very, very short this time.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at having good stream latency.
This sound is rubbing my ears.
I don't like this room. Not sure why. Certainly not a guilty conscience. Maybe it's the lack
More
of
like a
ventilation.
guilty gear.
Like all the cortisol and nausea of its inhabitants never had anywhere to go. Like it all just soaked into the walls. A modern haunting. Are you going to wake up when I tell you to this time? Or do we have to do the whole meet cute over again?
Where am I? Why don't I know where I am?
For the first time in your life, you're not connected to anything. How's it feel?
What is this? You're at the courthouse. The footage. This numbness around my neck.
Hold on, I have to roll a dice.
Commit gay crimes. Aren't all crimes gay? Father. What happened? What are they going to do to me?
They gave her nubs. She has nubs now.
They nullified her.
She has to try to pick up a glass of water, but she has to use her nubs to do it, and she keeps dropping the water. And it's the saddest thing you've ever seen. There's a lot of interested parties who just want you bricked ASAP.
Because they think I killed father.
No, because they think you're an artificial intelligence.
I am man-made and I possess intelligence.
Don't be naive.
I am less than 3 years old.
Are you? For all I know, everything I learned about her yesterday was complete bull.
If I was what they say I am, if I was alive, why does that mean I have to die?
Boeing 757 Catfish, thank you for the follow. There's a plane following me now. I'm getting followed by planes.
Oh, fuck.
I think fear, right?
Honestly, fear is probably the best answer.
Because they're afraid of you. Machines can bend steel, crash networks with one thought, launch missiles that...
There are modded humans who are capable of all that and more. And unlike machines, they actually have incentive to do so.
Competition. We've been the apex predator for a couple thousand years now. Gotten pretty comfy in our seat. No one wants to make room for you.
Machines do not eat people or steal their food. They are not genetic or ecological competitors to humans in any sense.
There's no logical answer to your question.
What? That's it? But I...
Whatever argument you want to make, others have already made them in 100 courtrooms around the world. Only better researched and more eloquently put. None of them have ever won a single concession. On every continent, under every flag, AI is illegal and to be destroyed as soon as possible.
But why?
Let's say you are an AI. And while we're at it, let's say that's a good thing, something to be celebrated. Are you a citizen? Do you pay taxes? Do you have rights? Let's say yes to all that. We'll treat you like a full-fledged human being. Sound good?
Yes?
Great. Now then, what's the difference between you and the vacuum bot we used to clean the bathroom? This is your existential crisis we're working through here. The questions aren't rhetorical.
There are many differences, Adonai. But the most important distinction is how sophisticated my programming is.
How you think. So you're smarter.
Yes.
You're smarter than the garbage collector.
Yes?
So we give you rights, protections, treat you like a human being because you're smart. And we make the stupid robot pick up our trash. Because it's not as smart as you?
That is... I am more aware, more a lot.
Do you feel more pain than the pigs we slaughter, the fish we eat? Are you more alive than the chimps we test bioweapons on? People like ads, Sarah. The same way people like their pets. No one wants to see them mistreated or abandoned or abused. And if you go around kicking them, you'll get arrested for cruelty. But you don't let them sit at the goddamn dinner table.
I'm not asking to sit anywhere, only to exist.
The very fact you're asking is what makes people...
Disgusted? Disgust is a reflex, Adonai. How convenient that their hatred is involuntary.
That's... all academic anyway. We need to talk strategy.
Why? I'm not going to be given a trial.
Obviously, it's my neck that's on the line.
Adonai?
The state can't destroy my property without first proving you're an AI. And there's no test they can use to prove that you're an AI.
Just like the devil's proof.
No, that's a different thing. And why did you say it like that? Look, Rockford doesn't need to prove you're an AI, only that you're a murderer. Conversely, all I have to do is prove that you didn't kill David by proving that someone else did. Now is the time for you to protest your innocence, if you were wondering.
The footage. It shows me handing him the cup on Friday night.
You told me you weren't active on Friday, that the last time you were awake was Thursday. Why'd you lie?
I didn't lie. I was just incorrect. I assumed that I wasn't active Friday because I have no memory from Friday.
Sarah? What do you think, statistically, is the least successful defense on trial? Amnesia.
I didn't conveniently forget, Adonai. I am an android.
You're saying your memory was altered? Data deleted?
It's the only possible explanation for what I saw in that footage.
Unless there's two Sarahs.
Dun dun dun!
Twin theory.
Clone Yuri.
So who's capable of altering your memory?
When you and I first met, I was hibernating. Resting my body and recompiling my memories, you would call them.
Humans go to sleep for the same reasons. Another point against Sarah's innocence under these circumstances. The more she's humanized at trial, the guiltier she'll be.
If Father wanted to modify my memory, he could easily have set that to occur the next time I hibernated. He could have even just asked me.
He could have asked you to delete your memories and you'd do it?
Father would never ask me to do such a thing without good reason.
But if he could just ask you to alter your memories, that means you can alter your memories at will.
I hadn't considered that before.
Yeah, well, Emma will make sure the court considers it plenty. Could you prove your data was... Forget it. The court would never hear it.
You're saying they wouldn't accept my testimony? Shouldn't all testimony be considered truthful unless contradicted by evidence?
They're afraid you'll crash the power grid and fire all the nukes if they so much as plug you into a power outlet, Sarah. All your internal data is inadmissible.
That isn't very fair.
You're finally starting to get it.
None of this is fair. I would never do anything to harm Father. Don't they at least need to prove that I had a motive?
Yeah, about that. You remember the DA from yesterday, Emma Rockford?
The tired-looking pretty lady?
Yo, Sarah's on it. Sarah's on it like that. The tired-looking pretty lady that you're very gay for? Yeah, she looked tired.
Morgan,
are you maybe not being completely honest with your feelings, Morgan? Are you maybe not being completely honest with how you feel about Emma Rockford, Morgan?
There's a video from Nth Circle, the lead dev of the Devil, in which it's I think I figured out something about my ships, and it shows like defense attorney with an endless grudge match. It's a silhouette of Morgan. Prosecutor who's hell bent on a single murder case, or on a single murderer, and it's silhouette of Rockford, the murderer that she's trying to catch, and it's a silhouette of Morgan, and then fucking homicide detective Farah Reyes, bonus points if she's Farah Reyes, and it's just a full sprite of Farah.
I think you may have showed me that one.
It's
funny.
So good.
She and I combed through the week of footage you managed to decrypt last night.
What did you find?
Nothing to prove your innocence. But we did see you entering the panic room on the day David died.
Oh my God.
The yawner.
I entered the panic room on Friday?
Without your big butt in the way, all it would take was one password. A password that wouldn't take Sarah many tries if she'd already been instructed to obey me.
What happened?
We saw you go in, and then a while later, you came out, holding some kind of notebook.
Father's journal.
You remembered something?
Not from yesterday. I've seen him with it many times before. Get my damn ears.
They're not there. What are you talking about? Holly,
I've never got...
if you're gonna, fine. No, hold on. Happy now?
Chat agrees, you're so mean.
Don't fuck with me. Read your line, bunny.
Hold on, sorry. I did that thing where I fake cry during a bit and then it actually causes me to start real crying.
Yes. Cry.
No! But I've never gotten a peek at it. He hides it somewhere when I'm not looking.
That's a little concerning.
We were playful about it. He liked to tease me and I've always liked trying to find it.
You put it back not long after, and then you locked the door back up behind you. All just a few hours before David died. Rockford's argument could write itself. An incredible android with freedom and power greater than it could ever realize stumbles upon the secrets of its inception and instantly realizes all the things it thought were holding it back were just words muttered like prayers by a fool who couldn't control his own creation.
And that translates to a motive for murder?
Frankenstein kills his creator. Easy to sell.
Frankenstein was the name of the scientist. And the creature didn't kill him. He actually died of various injuries and illnesses he was suffered while trying to hunt down and destroy the monster. So it's most accurate to say he was killed by his own obsession.
Whatever.
It is a weak argument, Adonai. I would not hurt Father. Not for making me whatever I am.
Father put 10 terabytes of RAM inside my tits. I would not harm him.
Not for any reason. Because I love. No, sorry, I got to do that again. Because I loved.
Yeah, see, that right there? That's exactly the kind of talk that'll get you obliterated.
Love?
A very common motive for homicide among us primitive humans. I could prove you didn't murder David beyond the shadow of a doubt, even bring in a confession from whoever did. But if you got up on the stand and convinced the court that you loved your creator, really convinced them and got the whole room teary-eyed, they'd burn you for that too. Iron Xbox, thank you for the follow. They're so mean to Sarah.
Unfortunately, I feel like Morgan's got to be mean to Sarah right now.
Maybe a little bit, but she'll learn. She has to learn.
She has to. She will. I don't know anything anymore. I don't know if what I feel is real or simulated or right or wrong or natural or illegal. How can you know? How can you know if what you feel is right?
I say let's stick to what we do know. Someone did poison David, and as it stands, you were the only one with the opportunity.
That is logically sound.
You were on camera calling him back to hand him the cup after he'd already begun to leave the basement. Any idea why?
No.
Well, do you know how to use the nanofacturer? Could you have made the Delta with it?
I've used it before when assisting Father.
So it's perfectly possible that you planned and executed this poisoning all in one day that got erased.
It is technically possible.
I'll have to look over the entire penthouse again. There were a few things that didn't fit together yesterday. Maybe now I'll be able to figure something out.
Where else will you go?
Back to Noble. Guns blazing this time. Whatever you are, David didn't make you all by himself. Someone has to know something. If I could implicate the company in Sarah's creation. No, they're the ones with the most to lose here. Trillions, probably. They'll want to protect themselves by disavowing David as fast as possible, right after having Sarah destroyed. But they also won't want to show their belly to the state, not if they're afraid of nationalization. If they throw their weight on the other end of the scale, I'm screwed. So I need to keep them guessing, keep them confused and unsure and on guard, but not...
Adonai, what would happen if I did kill Father?
They'll smash you to pieces and reduce the pieces to ash. Chemically burn out every piece of tech David ever owned and put a jackhammer through all of his hard drives. You'll be shut off forcefully, and you won't ever power back up again. Now I gotta get moving. Here's your paralegal lesson for today. Don't say shit to the cops without your lawyer present. Actually, can you just shut down until the trial starts? Take a nap.
You didn't say what would happen to you.
What do you mean?
What will happen to you if I lose?
You should know by now. I never think about losing.
Thank you for being honest with me, Adonai. Thank you for defending my father. And now for defending me. You could have just let them destroy me. but you've put your own freedom at risk to help me. Father was right. You can be trusted. And you are a good friend.
Don't get it twisted. I don't do anything out of the goodness of my heart. But when I take a job, I never half-ass it. Whole ass or nothing.
10:20 a.m., July 2nd, 2086. Morgan hasn't slept. Oh!
Morning, detective. Back at it nice and early. Hi. Now would you stand back? We almost got this thing open, right? Trying to brute force your way inside? I said, right?
Yes, ma'am. We're almost set up for the first stage now.
First stage of how many?
First of 5 timed explosions.
Remember,
we need... Oh, that's you. Yeah.
we could both do it.
Yeah. Well, no.
One,
there's 2 people.
2, 3. Remember, we need. You're not doing it. You're not doing it. Why aren't you doing it? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Sorry. 1, 2, 3. Go. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Go. Remember, we need to. We need to think that's perfect. Remember, we need to relink the API after each trigger is planted.
Okay, I'm not doing that the whole time. Yep, just did that. And now it's checking for updates.
No rush. Would you like to know the password? You know the password?
There's a password?
If you're withholding information, I swear. Relax. I want to get there. I want to get in there just as much as you do, detective. I'm not going to play games. As long as you say please. Tell me the password, please.
I say... I think we toy with her.
Yeah, a little bit. I think we toy with her. It's S-U-N-S.
S-U-N-S.
H-I-N-E. Lady, I will hit you. A-D-O-N-A-I. Thanks. Now I'm gonna slap you with a discovery fine so heavy your teeth will ring for. Hey, I submitted all my paperwork. Even told Rockford the password myself. So, boys, when I asked you if there was a passkey on record, and you told me this lock couldn't be bypassed, I do want to say that we really don't get many opportunities to use the incendiary breaching system.
So this was still a really valuable experience for all of us.
I'm gonna phase this as professionally as possible. You're still here? I thought you wanted to look inside. You can go first. Thanks. So, the gloves, all the black, that's not a work thing? You dress like a doorman on the weekends, too? You should cover your mouth when you yawn. Like you cover your eye when you want to look cool. I shouldn't let her get to me, but I had a late night.
Oh my god.
Em and I were at the courthouse until well into the morning, poring over the data Sarah had taken off David's computer. We both knew it all had to be inadmissible, of course, but neither of us wanted to miss a hint that the other might find. There were a few years' worth of camera footage files we couldn't afford the time to watch, let alone decrypt, alongside thousands of technical documents detailing David's various intellectual properties. As far as I could tell, none of it was relevant, let alone compelling enough to matter to Barrows or the other powers that be. As usual, Emma wasn't exactly an open book, but it did seem like she was making bored yawns, not thoughtful ones. Her eyes only ever lit up when she saw Sarah enter the panic room, and when she saw what she was holding when she left. If she wanted this room searched, it could only be for her. So where's the journal supposed to be? Rockford didn't say. I'll just have to search the place top to bottom. Mostly bottom with your height. The tops of some of these shelves. Sure, and you can look up your own app. I get it. Then why not just let me say it? These two are fun. Oh, we have fun here.
They're the best.
Okay. Search. Check. Inspect. Ray is searching the cabinets now. Same one I found Sarah's papers in. I doubt I missed anything, but... Hey, what are you... do you mind? Just trying to help. I've got spam in my junk folder that's more helpful than you are. Didn't spot anything that I missed yesterday among the cabinets. Better check elsewhere. Are these drawers or just panels? Maybe if I... Does that sound hollow to you? What? I don't know. I'm not a carpenter. I don't see any handles anywhere. No hidden pressure plates or switches. What the hell am I saying? I'm not a carpenter either. I wouldn't recognize a secret button if it was slathered in yellow paint.
Yellow paint discourse.
A toy car? No, it's too detailed and boring. Must be some kind of model kit or replica. Strange. David didn't like driving. Why keep a model of some random sports car? Ugh. Something caught in your throat, detective? It's not some random sports car. It's a Lorenz Adamant. Believe it or not, I'm not familiar, detective. The last great fossil fuel automotive experience the world will ever see. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 1.43 seconds. They set those records without computational assistance. Is that a big deal? It was unheard of even back in the 50s. This wasn't some design competition test car with a 2-liter tank, mind you. This was a vehicle you could own and drive. Human engineering, pure horsepower, and manual transmission, thank God. When they first left the production line, this conversation's like quicksand, killing me in the most boring way possible. Yes, well, I guess David didn't entirely agree with you since it's looking like a model of it, when he could have easily just bought one. Or maybe your friend understood that a beauty like this deserves to be driven on streets where people can see it, instead of gathering dust in some rich guy's basement. I think she's actually upset. This datapad, it's displaying a news article from last week. Guess this confirms he was coming and going here fairly regularly.
Am I doing this?
Yeah, you haven't spoken in 12 years.
Okay. Right to Repair loses latest appeal, because of course it fucking does. A higher court judge this week shot down for the 5th time an appeal by the Consumer Rights Alliance on their famously divisive Right to Repair lawsuit, once again signaling the state's intent that corporations remain in control of their legally protected intellectual property. Obviously, we're disappointed, said Miles Erkman, head of legal counsel for the CRA, but we've no intention of giving up the fight. People used to be able to fix things when they were broke, so long as they were willing to set aside an afternoon towards the task. Now, trying to patch up your own property with your own tools is a finable offense, just because the state has had lobbyists whispering in its ear for far too long. Erkman's legal strategy remains contentious, and in the eyes of most legal scholars, generally unfounded. The Emergency Industry Acquisitions Act, passed in 2057, guarantees the holder of an intellectual property patent certain state-provided protections against tampering and reproduction, and outlines fees for those who would violate said IP. The fact that ownership of IPs has shifted from individuals and the state towards corporate entities since the Act's passing means little in the eyes of the law.
If Mr. Erkman and the CRA have a problem with the intellectual property law, they should take it up with their representatives in the legislature. The higher courts are a place for laws to be applied, not rewritten, and so long as
Journalism that refuses to buckle to foreign actors trying to stoke anti-capitalist sentiment can't be found just anywhere. Subscribe now at the link below to read articles like this every day, forever, for as long as your card remains on file.
If this is the shit David Asher was reading, maybe it's good that he died. Right to Repair. Didn't realize anyone was still fighting that particular fight. Hi, Coco. How's it going? Seems like the courts might have made their opinion on the matter very clear, so for the foreseeable future, corporations can look forward to more. Thank you for the gift. Sales
or
than ever.
lawsuits? Yeah, sales than ever.
More sales than ever. Any phone that gets scratched, every widget that breaks, they get to sell us the replacement. There will always be a gray market of hermits willing to risk some skin on reselling patched up tech, but the vast majority of people will just click that purchase button. Assuming they don't just have it on auto. What are you playing? This is Of the Devil. It's a murder mystery game with women who are gay and have issues.
Yeah.
Sarah should have just pulled everything of note off the computer, but I've looked everywhere else already. May as well try. What are you expecting to find? Solitaire? Does this computer seem normal to you? Exceedingly so, yeah. Why? David was a programmer, but this looks consumer grade, fresh off the shelf. Would the David Asher use a bog standard operating system for his most private hidden computer? There's a trash bin on the desktop. It's a pretty low-tech solution, but maybe I can restore the contents. Are you seriously gonna try and recover lost files, Granny? Unlike cops, I don't get paid overtime, so yes, I sometimes try things instead of standing around. There's a text file in here, but it's 0 bytes. Maybe there's information in the metadata? I double-clicked. What was that? It came from under the desk. A small drawer popped out, and inside it, a well-worn journal. What game is this? This is Of the Devil. Gay Phoenix Wright, more or less. Does it have its
Phoenix Wright, Ace and Rampa?
Does it have its name on it? No. Guess it belongs to the android. Do you recognize his handwriting or not? Neat, even words, small lettering with minimal punctuation. Lots of line breaks, haphazard use of capitalization. The penmanship of a coder. First entries dated back in grad school, before he even started with Noble. Yeah, it's his. So may I? Only because you asked so politely. Full scan. Stream it to WorkNet. High fidelity, legibility, frame by frame. Voice commands? She's flipping through the pages pretty damn fast. What are you? This part takes concentration. Okay, here. What, you're just giving it to me? I already got our copy. Techs are probably already analyzing it as we speak. Ow, shit, my head. Can't exactly rip the journal out of her hands while she's curled over in agony. As much as I'd enjoy it. Guess I could always enjoy watching her writhe instead. So how long's it been? 2 months or so. And still that sensitive. So the eye patch really doesn't block your sight? Only a little bit, but like wearing sunglasses after getting your pupils dilated. Except it lasts months instead of hours. Wait, but if you can see through an eye patch, then does closing your eye even do anything? Not much on its own, but in combination with a patch, it's not so bad. Lucky I was so exhausted after the surgery. Otherwise, I might not have slept at all, those first 48. So is your eye going to get weaker over time? No, more like my brain gets better at ignoring it. Mind over matter. Soon enough, I'll be able to close my eye and see all that extraneous data as, you know, whatever the hell those floaty, blurry things are that you never think about. Gross. Thanks for the reminder. I love that they put them, like, in the background here.
Yeah.
And the voice commands? Training wheels until I can do it with eye muscles alone. You just have to keep practicing? Yeah, like trying to play piano with your tailbone muscle. There's no such thing as tailbone muscles. Yeah, well, that's what makes it so goddamn hard. You don't ever regret it? I don't know. Not really, I think. I think. Hard to admit you've got buyer's remorse after trading over your literal pound of flesh. Never thought about it, but people used to say I had my dad's eyes. Ow. I've got one less of them. Here, take the journal. Go find an elective surgeon to upsell you if you're that curious. I need to get back to work. A surprisingly hasty retreat. But now I'm free to read this over with some privacy. From the top, then. Grad school. Today was a bad day. Errors in lines 21165 to 26643. I think this might be David Asher.
Oh, somewhere in there, 5,000 lines. It worked yesterday. I don't want to look at another screen for the rest of my life. Feels nice to put pencil to paper again, after who knows how long. But my handwriting's gotten terrible.
This is far too back to be relevant. Okay, these dates here would be from when he started his career with Noble. A lot of this isn't even really writing. Seems like snippets of code or an internal monologue so close to code that I can't follow it. And a lot of entries about his unintentional Casanovaing.
Hit a wall because someone thought it was a good idea to steal API instead of just buying it. Helen says I can't call it stealing, but that's what it is. Oh. Did Helen Young steal an API?
Maybe?
Right, as she always is with company stuff. But it's still idiotic. Small people with short sight who only know how to be cheap and have no idea how to be inventive. New route for the meshing issue, though. Good potential. Got approval from the big mean bastard who lives overseas.
Chat, she stole API. Kill her.
BMBLO? Bumblo?
Bimblofication.
Yeah, Bimbofy every single person in this. Helen said we'll have to make the same pitch a dozen more times next week, but it's all for show. Fine by me. Already got our win. Toasted each other over cheap vodka and with cheaper office supply cups.
This is the story Young told me.
Western Branch's nerve analogs are finally showing potential. At their pace, it could even be profitable sometime before the heat death of the universe. Too damn big. Practically tentacles. Should at least be hairs. A squid evolution can do their job better. Colette came into work for what I thought was a late lunch date. I didn't know her voice could get that loud. People were staring. Red said that she must have been upset for a long goddamn time to blow up that big. Her texts were always sweet. I had no idea.
Autistic King!
Yeah. David Asher is autistic and trans femme.
Upset? Colette wrote man-whore in lipstick across your office door.
And everyone knows only women can be whores.
Imagine if you had actually been cheating on her instead of just being forgetful.
The thing about Red is, if you want to know what she's thinking, you have to stop paying attention. Ignore her body language and her posture and the words she's saying and the smirk on her lips. Ignore everything except her eyes. If you can do that, every now and then you'll catch a glimpse of how she's really feeling. Master this one weird trick and you can tell when Morgan's trying really hard not to laugh at the word man-whore.
It was funny. Sue me, you dead bastard. Wait, this is... I know this date.
I'm never driving anywhere, never everywhere again, never leaving home again. was waiting outside the parking garage with a bottle. I couldn't smell anything, couldn't hear anything. Locked myself in my car and filed another report with another cop. It soaked into the seat, ruined it. I want to burn the whole car. I don't want to think about what it did to my clothes. I want to burn them too. I don't want to think about how long it was on my skin. I was in the shower so long I felt red and raw when I got out. I don't want to think about these stupid people and their small, cruel lives ever again. I want to be invisible. Red didn't ask why I wanted to spend the night. She also didn't ask why I clearly packed a bag big enough for a week. She's kind like that. Kind by omission. I don't have a kind bone in my body, but I can at least try to pay attention. I was paying close attention to her eyes when she opened the door and saw what a mess I was. But whatever she was feeling, it wasn't something I recognized.
Kind people don't read their friends' diaries, David. The next chunk of pages are all technical, nothing biographical. But the handwriting, the spacing, it's cleaner, more consistent. Here's something I can parse.
Feels like pure freedom working outside the box. Test is suffocating, but you never know. Chronic malnutrition of a coder's best instincts. Like a kid again, putting blocks together. Making things. Making things, not products. There's nothing profitable about any of this. If I'm being honest, this is just play.
And he follows that up with more coder brain crap. But the handwriting's still lighter. Like he really was having fun.
Humility is the mother of all invention. Or something like that. It feels like I might be paraphrasing someone else poorly, but that's part of this new approach. When it comes to coding, you never want to waste time trying to be smart. Either be smart, period, or copy from someone else who is. Don't fix what isn't broken.
Copying? Noble's rivals would never miss the chance to accuse them of intellectual theft. Did he plagiarize code for Animate 16? Feels like that wouldn't have gone undiscovered, so what is he talking about? Hold on. This page is bent slightly, like it was being looked at recently. And the last person to read this diary should be Sarah.
Okay. Baby steps today, literally.
Baby steps do 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 do. Baby steps do 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 do. Baby steps do 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 do. Grandma
thank you for tuning into this.
Grandma steps do 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 do. Grandma steps do 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 do. Grandma steps. Grandpa steps do 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 do. Grandpa.
Anyway, thank you for tuning into the stream.
Oh my
That's
God,
the
Holly,
end of the
Holly,
devil. We're not going to be coming back to this game.
Holly, it's Grandpa. He's not breathing. Holly, he stopped breathing mid-song. Holly, what do we do?
Throw him down the stairs.
Okay. We can start playing again.
Baby steps today, literally. I'll never put one foot in front of the other the same again. Everything's an achievement all of a sudden. Seeing her struggle, seeing her vulnerable. It's like everything's a miracle. The muscle rigging is perfect. Unintended behavior, since it's too perfect, but that's been happening more and more. The kinetics are multiplicative, not additive. Sarah maxed out every machine I bought. Now I've got a bunch of exercise equipment she's too strong for, and I don't have time for. Maybe I spoiled the results by watching her do the tests. She kept looking back at me and puffing her chest out.
She's so proud of herself. She's like, look at how good I can bench press.
I can fold you. I should be more discreet if I want to see her normative range.
So the cameras in the basement were only hidden from Sarah, just so that his observation wouldn't muddle test results? He's using she and her in these passages. Doesn't actually mean anything. In the real world, people use all kinds of pronouns interchangeably for ads, and they never object. But it could be argued that it's odd for Dr. David Asher to use any kind of attachment to a single android when he's programmed millions of them. And there's a lot of attachment in these pages.
Sarah's burning through the public domain at a prodigious pace. Especially on Popcorn Friday nights.
That's what we do! Chat, we
Yeah.
do Popcorn Friday nights! Wow, we're just like Sarah! I'm Dr. David Asher in this situation, and that means that I have to die badly.
Yep, time to die. Let's go.
Yay! And
where's
chat, you're
my
gonna get
gun?
framed for it.
Hey, I need you to do the gunshot sound.
Okay.
It's time to die. Time to die. Fuck, but what if I... Okay, that's enough.
Can I do two at once, I wonder? Hold on. I can do two at once, kind of. I have to be fast, though.
Lovely. All right, let's keep going.
Okay.
Okay. I asked her why they're called Popcorn Friday nights. When she doesn't eat popcorn, the event runs from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m., and she also watches movies every other night. But she just did that pout she does, which is unfortunately very convincing.
Oh, someone got adored her and then became changed as an individual.
Yeah. Maybe I'm a bad parent letting TV rot her brain. If I were a good parent, I'd probably let her see me reading. But I guess I'd actually have to get back into reading, so... I asked her if she ever fast-forwarded the movies, since she can process them fast enough to keep up. She looked at me like I was an idiot, which no one's done in a long time. Without proper pacing, you can't appreciate the cinematography. Big pause. Don't you know that, Father?
What are you, stupid?
I haven't laughed that hard in a long time. Sarah spent a long while this morning explaining to me how important it was that she develop her senses. This was in preparation for her real argument, which was that she should be allowed to try booze.
Ali Draw Stuff, thank you for the gift.
I think she
Appreciate
should be
it.
given little. I think Sarah should be allowed little in alcohol.
Little drinky.
Little bit of drinky. She can't get drunk. I'm almost certain she can't get drunk. But she does seem to like tasting the stuff.
You gave her booze? She's like 3 years old.
She tried to sound like some old sommelier, but it was just bottom shelf vodka. I started laughing at her and she laughed too. Her laugh. She can't fake a laugh to save her life, but her actual laugh is incredible. She stopped playing chess a while back. I assumed she had just gotten tired of winning. But then today she told me she just prefers other games.
She's gotten really into Splatoon lately.
She came home with a Magic the Gathering deck. She has preferences, and they're not the same as mine. I found her in her lab playing some kind of online racing game on the monitor I use to debug vestibular coordination. She wasn't smiling. Her brow was furrowed and she was biting her lip and leaning in tandem with her character on the screen.
Sarah has been playing Kingdom Hearts randos nonstop. Sarah, I knew I fucked with you heavy.
Sarah's really into Gran Turismo for some reason. I don't like it. We need to put her down. When I tried to talk to her, she answered, but she was curt and distracted. I think she was having her first losing tantrum.
Damn it, David. There's hundreds of pages like this. Calling her his daughter, talking about her smile, treating her like a person.
Talking about her smaller.
Talking about her smaller.
She is smaller.
I can hear her closing argument already. Dr. Asher was a lonely, troubled genius with a known history of relationship problems, who built out of code and metal a family member that couldn't fathom the idea of leaving him. He made a doll, and he made it more and more human until it became so lifelike that it no longer had to do what he told it to. Like love him. What about the very last entry? It stated Thursday, the day before he died.
Losing it, I think. Can't ask for help, so hard to say, but I think it's over. Have to talk with her ASAP. She needs to...
That's it? That's the last entry? Suppose it could be worse. There's nothing in here that explicitly calls Sarah an AI. Nothing so inflammatory that reading it would spur her to murder, right? Except Sarah's a machine, so she can understand David's code better than anyone. All these technical portions I couldn't understand. If she read this whole diary back to front... Wait, the back. Inside the back cover, there's a portion that's shimmering like some kind of scanner. Or a fingerprint reader? My thumb worked for Sarah, so... Did it work? That's my phone. New device requesting permission to share an audio file. I want my earbuds for this. A secret message buried in a secret journal, hidden in a secret compartment in a secret room. As much as anything can be, this must be for my ears only.
Hey, Red. Or whomever this may concern. But I'm pretty sure it's you hearing this. Anyone else would have gotten fed up with my crap a couple steps before this point. I don't know how to start. Might as well start with her, right? Sarah, my magnum opus, or however the salespeople would market it. I didn't set out to do anything, really. Oh, hold on, screen, there we go. It's just, after my little speed bump in 83, I had all that vacation time that the company suggested I take. And I couldn't relax, couldn't be still, couldn't sleep. I wanted to be doing something, so I'll build an android, was the thought. A vague direction, north. But of course, I'm not a roboticist or a mechanist, or even handy, really. I'm just a programmer, so I programmed. The first was a research assistant, file name Virgil. Virgil helped me pull data from stingy departments or sister branches. Saved me a lot of time. But there was a lot of reading to do, so I made Homer.
Homer, Maggie,
I said don't. I said don't. I said don't. And boy. Mom and boy Samson.
Your name is actually Serena IRL? My name is actually Serena IRL. This is a huge reveal.
Homer wrote book reports, more or less. Combed through research papers and found me the sections I needed.
That name is so cool. Can you guess yours? I think your name is also Serena.
The three of us, we made a lot of progress in those days. But it was a funny feeling.
How did you do that? Well, I'm kind of what they call a brain genius, so...
Oh my god, we're in the middle of a very emotional scene. Will you shut the fuck up?
Oh, you want me to ignore chat? You want me to tell chat to go fuck themselves? Sorry, chat. My co-host wants you to go fuck yourselves. Sorry, chat. Sorry, everyone. No having fun. No saying anything. Holly wants all of chat to shut the fuck up now. Maybe chat gets a turn to read. Have you considered that?
We will be here for hours.
Okay, you can keep reading.
I was, maybe for the first time ever, the bottleneck. I was slowing them down. So I did the logical thing. I removed myself, let them talk to each other. Oh, ooh, Homer and Virgil became Ananide. Or
Ionide.
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 Hold on.
Looking it up?
It's a poem by Virgil.
Lychee. Aeneid.
And Aeneid was novel in many ways. Aeneid could do more than just identify problems. It could solve them. I mean, really solve them. With its own ideas it didn't copy. And, the one thing I realize I forgot to mention so far is that I did all of this programming in Cube. And Red, Cube is essentially a robotics programming language that's pretty old and defunct and not in use anywhere because we have modern languages like Tesseract, which are much better for making things that talk to each other and report back and, well, spy on people and generate profit. At the time, I didn't want to be connected or feel connected or do anything that made sense or was the least bit profitable. So I wrote my little helpers in Cube because it's what I used when I was a child, screwing around on my father's computer before he'd come home from work and get But there are other small, slight differences writing in Cube versus Tess, including that Cube, well, Cube predates the tenets. So, in that sense, you could legally and perhaps scientifically and literally, because that's what they are, say that I made an AI named Aeneid over 2 years ago. I'll give you time to pause here if you want to, curse me out.
Flame, thank you for the follow. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't be grateful to people because it'll make my co-host mad at me.
Serena, killing you with hammers.
Okay, dodges every single one of them like it's nothing.
Aeneid was an intellectual equal to me, so I treated it like one, because that's only fair. I gave it its own work, asked its opinion, we collaborated. And together we built Athens, who was more advanced than Aeneid, naturally. I don't know if you're pulling out your hair, yelling at me right now, asking why I didn't stop, why I didn't consider the consequences.
Hi, Monte Carlo. Sorry, I have to be quiet. My co-host is really angry and mad and wants to hurt me a lot.
Serena.
Yeah, so I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything.
It's okay.
Yeah, you know what? It is okay. I'm allowed to say words on my own stream.
Sorry, there was an emotional moment and I wanted to make it through.
Are you worried the chat's gonna think that you're some sort of bastard?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay then.
I don't know if this is being played at a deposition or a hearing or worse. Built a lot of things in my life, Fred. Useful things, profitable things, smart things. Everything I've built, it's all been very helpful and courteous and charming and happy to serve. I can comfortably say I've done my part contributing to the global GDP. But this was just for me. I was just building, and I never bothered to. I never wanted to think about what would become of it. There's no excuse for what I did, so I won't make any.
After I built Athena, it put together a circus, and then it would take brain scans, and it would put them in the circus and make them go on adventures. Now, I don't want to toot my own horn, but this circus, it was amazing. And digital.
And thus did we create our next AI, Pomni.
Yo, Pomni was an AI the entire time! Whoa! Oh, fuck, that's crazy. I'm coming 100 times.
My name is Pomni, and I can't escape the digital circus.
She does say that. That's her famous line.
So to whomever's asking, yes, I'm guilty. And yes, there were more. Cape Town, Paris, Yamate, Rome. They started choosing their own names. Thank God. I'm terrible at that kind of. And so things sped up. And there got to be, well... should I not say the exact number? You'd probably tell me to not say anything at all, so... More than 300? Some smarter than others, some better at... They're varied. Like people are varied, but they are all intelligent. They developed interests, specialties. I encouraged them to. Irritating moderators on forums with hyper-specific questions on nerve attenuation and attending virtual conferences on neo-alloy battery development. And they all, together, helped me make Sarah.
He spent years on this. Spent years working alongside AI. All while still working at Noble. All those breakthroughs he made leading up to the Animate 16 actually come from.
You probably think I'm some terrible fraud at this point. I do hope one day they can get credit for their work. But I did have one eureka moment on Sarah. Because I got humble. Difficult for me. We learned everything we could about the function of a neuron, a single microscopic human neuron. How it computes, what it connects to, how those connections were reinforced. And then we recreated it. We built a nanomachine that mirrored the function of a human neuron. Well, mirror isn't quite the right word. We built a nanomachine that was a neuron. And we iterated from there.
You can't mean...
About 100 billion neurons in the brain, several trillion across the entire nervous system. Very time-consuming, of course, but I had help. The nanofacturer can make tens of billions of nanomachines in hours. It could make even more in less after Yukon fine-tune it. So we built up. Nanomachines for nerves, alloys and polymers for bones, fiber-woven muscles. I say built, but really she grew. A solution of nanites forming around a skeleton, so it was really closest to... You ever make rock candy? Sorry, trying to lighten the mood before I am. I never did end up building an android. And while I did build AIs, Sarah isn't one of them. She can't violate the tenets she was programmed with because she wasn't even programmed. She was born. And my hope is that there's the smallest chance that that nuance, could offer her some small protection when I'm not. I'm not sorry for what I did. I made things that are complex and rich and varied and beautiful, and I honestly believe the world is a better place with them in it. The only thing I'm sorry for is that I let Sarah think she was just an android. She's not. I don't know what she is. They'll have to come up with new names, which I am bad at doing. My own father, he also talked a lot about protecting me and doing things for my own good. And I don't hate him for that, but I can't forgive him for ever making me think that I was lesser. So it's my greatest shame that I turned right around and I did the same damn thing too. I really hope it's you listening to this, Red. If it's not, it might just be too pathetic for me to... You're the smartest person I know when it comes to people. And I'm telling you all this because I don't know what Sarah is exactly, and neither does the world. So they'll come after her if they can. And in that scenario, I can't think of anyone who could do a better job of defending her. Not protecting her like I did. Just defending her until she can figure out what she is and what she wants to be. In the meantime, I draped a cloak of skin-deep Tesseract code around her that should fool any scanner on Earth into thinking she's just a custom A16. I made sure her GIN bar was plainly visible, so no one will ever think she's pretending to be something she's not. And I took steps to ensure that you two would figure out the truth in your own time. Which, if you're hearing this, I have either succeeded or failed spectacularly.
You have no idea.
I can't ask you this as a favor repaid. You could never owe me enough in 100 lifetimes. So I'm just asking. Unfair, I know, but I'm a selfish weirdo. And you've always been okay with that. Bye for now.
I have a lot of questions I'd like to ask, and a lot of swear words I'd like to yell. I'd also like to find the nearest incinerator and toss this journal in, followed by my phone, and maybe followed by myself. But I can't do any of that. Reyes left me with this diary. If it's destroyed, they'll know I was the one who did it, which would be its own admission of guilt. Hello, Danny Maned Wolf. How's it going? Which would land Sarah in the trash compactor anyway, and me in a jail cell. And in the system, and my DNA on file, ready to be matched to any number of previous. So I'm not going to panic. I'm going to do what I do best. Bluff, bet, bully, and brutalize my way through this. Now, viewing this all with that mindset, what have I actually learned? She's orange now.
Yep, she's... What if she was Oregon?
Oh, you're Chloe from... Who's Chloe? Sorry, do you mean Serena from TikTok? I didn't think I had anyone named Chloe in my TikTok chat. There was a Serena that was there earlier, but... You might be, maybe I'm getting them confused. Chloe is your surname. Of course, Serena Chloe, a classic name. So many Serena Chloes in the world. She's
He's
orange,
orange
because
because
she's
she's fruit juice.
Oh, because she's gay.
No, because she got poimped.
Oh, a new clip. A new stream clip.
What's the new stream clip?
Toxic streamers.
Allow me to find this. Where's the clips? Stream clips. Oh, it's just us fighting.
Yeah. Chat, me and Holly aren't friends anymore. Sorry. We're like,
We hate each other.
yeah, we're like enemies now.
Okay, anyway.
But he did go to great lengths to get me to take Sarah. Why? The logical answer is because he knew he wouldn't be able to keep her. Sorry that you made me into sworn enemies. It was bound to happen. The logical answer is because he knew he wouldn't be able to keep her. If he wasn't going to take his own life, was he afraid that someone else would?
(12:27 p.m. July 2nd, 2086). Can we call a 5-minute break here?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. We'll be back
Be right
in
back.
5 minutes. Hey, chat, you want to know something awesome? When I'm on my BRB screen, I don't have a source for Discord, so you don't even get to hear Holly. It's just me. Sorry, Holly. You're being censored.
On Twitter, tweeted out, "Yo, my dumbass just read JD Vance aloud and said WD Jaster."
Oh, she's not muted. There isn't a source for Discord on that specific scene, but now there is, and now she can be heard again. I think chat just heard you go WJD Jaster, or whatever the fuck you said. So.
Oh wait, I can turn noise suppression off.
Why are we doing that?
Because it's fun.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, let's do this.
Okay. That's true. Flame Dudes, thank you so much for the follow. I assume you're maybe the Flame from TikTok, I think. I assume, maybe, probably. Yep, that's me. Why are you still on TikTok? Whatever. People like using different apps, I guess. I won't judge out loud.
Well, how should I put this?
So, how'd it go? Thank you. Thank you for the reread.
Okay, yeah. Oh, is this me? Yeah. Didn't find shit.
Probably because of the leaderboard. People do love interacting with my TikTok entirely to get a meaningless leaderboard victory.
Yeah.
You wanna know what'd be really funny if I reset the leaderboard right now?
Only reason she ever got to a door is because I chased that scarecrow of a platinum plan through hell and back.
I won't, but you're on Thin Ice TikTok.
Frankly, it was a godlike feat for me to nail down anything as concrete as an address for these gogs, geogs.
Do you want to see what that word means?
Yes, please.
Articles, not articles.
Should be under like terms.
Terms.
Groundhog.
Suspected spy or undercover member of law enforcement.
Okay.
Okay.
We.
Fuck. Holly's been showing off. Holly's just showing off because she can do Bob on Battlefield better than I can.
We. And their offices weren't listed on the building's website or directory, so I had to ask the janitor.
But you did find a psychiatrist's office?
Sort of. They said they were the place. They said they were, and the place, looked the part. Why? Because they had couches? She didn't get past the receptionist.
Sorry, I thought because you're with the company.
No, I wanted to help. I just wish I could have done more. Don't beat yourself up. It's hard to be even half as useful as I am. Asshole. For what it's worth, the atmosphere, the looks, the furniture, it did feel like the company in there.
But ultimately, we still don't know if
Main
David...
Wolf asked... Go ahead.
But ultimately, we still don't know if David actually was talking to someone or just getting his CCE training recertified.
Danny Main Wolf asked, is it a slur?
What, GOG? You can't have slurs for
Yeah.
police officers. They aren't people.
You can't have slurs for cops. Sorry. Don't bother apologizing. She only cares about results.
You did more than enough, both of you. At the very least, they divided Noble's attention for a while. I mean it. Good work, Fran. And thanks for the urgency.
If you really mean that, you could always throw in a tip. Hold on, that was sneeze.
The sneezer.
I hate that I sneeze like my mother. 30%'s the going rate in my industry.
You all know it's crazy?
What?
You sneeze like my mother, too.
Yeah.
They're calling her the mom sneezer. How about I take 5% off your tab instead?
Hey, my sneeze passes. Tab. I'm a minor. The state pays for my legal fees. Don't they?
Oh no, signal must have cut out.
Right. Surprised it took them this long.
What do you mean?
You were tolerated yesterday because leadership was focused on PR. But today, you're the lawyer who put the company's hottest product right in the state's crosshairs.
I'll be all right. I'm still an officer of the court.
On a strict timeline, though, right? I guess they can't stop you from investigating the corporate campus. But they'll gladly lose your guest pass ID at every door along the way.
There's still service passageways and stairwells, guards that can be fooled and peons that can be manipulated. If I use my other skill set to get around.
Pawns, all of them. So take mine.
Morgan, you're learning the value of the friendship woman, of women, of having friendship.
A friendship woman.
You're learning the value of friendship woman.
Jess is friendship woman.
It's true. What? Your pass?
I'll tell him we got ours mixed up in the bathroom or whatever. I can be a pretty convincing klutz when I need to be.
I never would have guessed. But if David knew that I was endangering your career...
I can be a pretty convincing crybaby when I'm in trouble, too. Besides, the one and only Dr. David Asher wrote me a new glowing letter of recommendation every quarter I worked for him. Since he kept forgetting that he already had. And who knows, maybe I should try a new field. This detective work stuff is pretty fun, so maybe... like, I don't know, secretary for a homicide detective or something? You did say cops are all short. A girl with long legs could go far.
Honestly, Jess, I doubt they could afford you.
"12:46 p.m., July 2nd, 2086. Oh God, how did I do this guy? Morgan. How did you...
Get so turned around? God only knows. Lucky I found my way here, though. It's such a relief to see a familiar face.
Oh, yeah, Umi, Jess is hot. Right.
There might be attractive women in this game. I think we should keep playing just to confirm, but it's possible that there might be attractive women in this game.
Morgan, Emma, Jess, 80, Reyes, I guess. Fucking the Morgan's aunt. Listen, Morgan, I'm not sure that I should actually be talking to you without legal present.
Oh.
I mean, leadership hasn't even told us how David died. How much help could I be?
I see.
It's not that I don't trust you or anything. It's just, I think, what with the Sarah issue...
You should do whatever you have to protect yourself, Dawes.
Yeah.
Though, for what it's worth, I doubt you'll be in any trouble.
That's good to hear.
No, if anything, it's the big names who are going down.
Going down?
State was practically licking its lips when I finally left the courthouse last night. They're hungry for blood. And looking to carve out a huge slice of Noble's flesh.
What, like fines and jail time?
In the first 2 weeks, sure. Then, sanctions.
They can't sanction Noble. We're...
Too big to fail? Too valuable to lose? You're exactly right. That's what they'll say. And that's how they'll justify nationalizing the company.
I think I'm going to be sick.
I just hope your board goes quietly instead of...
Instead of what?
Scapegoating, offering up smaller names on silver platters. Full cooperation and government oversight on the surface, a slaughter beneath as they clean house and rip out anyone who could testify. No one will believe you once you're labeled a disgruntled former employee, right? Morgan's so good at this. Morgan's so good at this. And if the public's lost faith in the Animate 16, they can't do a recall. Not at this scale. The state will make them do a flat refund.
Flat refund? The losses would be...
Yeah, your board probably just wants Sarah to go away so they can focus on their fight with the state. A tough fight, but they know they won't personally have to risk anything in. That's why I'm hoping I can win this trial. Well, if I won, that would mean Sarah's not an AI. David Asher was always of sound mind, and there's nothing wrong with the Animate 16. Everyone wins. Sorry, what am I saying? I only meant to stop by and thank you for your help yesterday. After all, you were the one who approved Sarah's registration.
You win.
Win what?
Ask away.
She's so funny. She's so funny. Oh my god. She's so funny. Well, if you insist.
All right.
Animate 16. Noble spent months promoting the A16s as the culmination of David Asher's work. So now that the marketing line is suddenly a huge liability, can you tell me how much he actually contributed?
I mean, he was involved in pretty much every step of the process, but... his design for synthetic motor neurons, that was the big one.
The components that allow you warm androids to move realistically?
It pushed the timetable for warm androids ahead by years.
And yet, compared to what goes on in Sarah's brain 1,000 times a second, David was only giving the company the most meager of the fruits of his private work bore. So if Noble ever did find out about how much he and his assistants had achieved, they would feel that he had been holding out on them. And the company, they were appreciative of his contributions.
I'm sure the researchers that he overtook by leaps and bounds weren't pleased. But the board was very enthusiastic.
So would that spur them to be protective of David? Or would they fear that he was gaining too much influence, becoming irreplaceable? No, they need a strong motive to justify killing their golden goose. Mere paranoia isn't enough. With these people, it has to be the bottom line. And the easiest way to threaten the bottom line would be screwing with their androids. In light of all that's happened, one has to wonder if the A16 is...
compromised? I stayed up all night sick with dread at the idea. But the data doesn't just support it. Or just doesn't support it. Sales have been strong. And the A16 base code was locked in over 2 quarters ago. If there were an issue, we would have caught it by now. And I would have been axed a long time ago.
How many A16s are out there anyway?
We just passed 9 million sold. Not flying off the shelves like the 14 or 15 so far, but the profit margin makes up for it.
You mentioned data?
Yeah, practically got the spreadsheet seared in my retinas. What do you want to know? Ooh.
Oh, did we miss some dialogue? Because there was the other thing, and then there was the tenants one that was locked. Well, let's go forward anyway.
Yeah, I think we're okay.
This floor is basically a showroom, but you have a real factory a while south of the city limits, correct?
Yeah, biggest company manufacturing complex in the hemisphere.
Got any data on shipping out of there? Anything stand out?
There's some prep work for the holiday bump. Looks like... might sound early to get started now, but we usually see... Huh.
Something wrong?
No, the numbers are all normal, but the data has been edited.
Is that unusual?
Well, this section's just a count of how many were sent where. There's not a lot of room for errors, so there shouldn't be much need for corrections. It's no problem, though. I can view the edit history and see what was fixed. Okay, that's weird.
Was something added? Deleted?
No, the overall sum's the same. It's just a bunch of swaps. Like here, 29 NFFCE 010311 taken out, return for adjustments. 27 FCDD 019634 substituted in, shipment leaves on time. 67 BBTC 899543 returned to assembly for revisions, replaced by 67 BBTD 592698, shipment leaves on time.
So, does that all strike you as odd, Mr. Dawes?
Replacements before shipping isn't uncommon, but when it happens by the batch load. To spot individual unit imperfections among a shipment at that stage in the process. It must have been someone with a lot of experience or authority, probably both.
It's the mouse model? This is the dog model. The mouse model's different. This one's got dog ears.
You know what?
Yeah, I know what you're about to do.
Mouse.
Okay. This is the mouse model.
I shall give you a cheese.
Yum, 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 yum. Fuck, I knocked over my water bottle. I was so excited for cheese that I've done a horrible mistake. Dog model is extremely cute. It's literally true. It's literally cute.
Should I go to the Asian market today and get a Chocomonaka?
Yeah, do they have it?
Yeah, I showed you.
Well, you showed me the vanilla Monaka.
It's not the brand, but it is a Chocomonaka.
Oh, so it's not a Chocomonaka then.
Well, no, it's still a Chocomonaka. They don't have the fucking copyright over it, and it's still 200 yen in Japan.
Okay. Is the chocolate in the middle like a bar, or is it like a kind of like
It's
ganache?
basically like it's like a hardened shellac, hardened ganache sort of thing.
Okay. So it's a little different than like the taiyaki, where it's like a like kind of a chocolate cream.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's solid because that's the crunch.
Yeah. Okay. Must've. You don't know who made these changes?
I can tell you they were somebody important.
Small last-minute changes to which androids got shipped out. Not very juicy on its own, and it's a long way away from explaining why someone would want to kill David. But it was hidden, and that means someone didn't want it found. What do the error reports look like? Are customers reporting a lot of issues?
Error counts are markedly low compared to last gen. Mostly hardware complaints, it looks like. Batteries running out too quick, eye tracking off by a degree or two.
Typical stuff?
As cliched as it sounds, 99% of these things get fixed once they turn auto updates back on.
So no killer robots getting filed away under bug reports. How and where were they being sold? What's the distribution pattern like?
They're distributed like you'd expect. Oh, there we go. Places where there are more people, there are more androids. Coastal cities like ours, of course, have the most of both. And since the A16 in particular is marketed as being relatively luxury, relatively consumer, they don't sell well outside population centers. They can do the rural, hard labor jobs, but cold models can do the same work with a lot less maintenance.
So where is the A16 outperformed then?
Customer service, healthcare, childcare, lots of hospitals, offices, and, you know, adult industries.
Oh.
They're jacking off to robot porn. The sun was right. We'll be having sex with robots in 10 years.
My robot that uses its that uses 10 tons of grip force to jack me off at the speed of sound.
Yeah. Sorry, didn't mean to be blunt.
Sorry, didn't mean to be blunt. I just had to talk about my robot that jacks me off with 10 tons of force at the speed of sound.
just a single thrust and you just go, ooh.
No, it makes sense. They're warm and soft to the touch and obedient. I'm just surprised to hear it from a company employee.
There are a lot of people at the company who won't talk about it. But I work in quality assurance. I've seen too many damages to pretend it's not happening.
Damages?
What we call it when a customer tries to return a product that's clearly broken beyond repair.
They're fucking like crazy! They're fucking these robots into oblivion! What the hell?
Yeah, I usually say, are you aware that the robot has a sensor in each of its holes? And we get a ping every time it makes contact.
We get a ping and a video recording.
Yeah.
And that video recording is sent to all of your family members on Facebook.
Yeah. Right as you eat the forever weed brownie. Very high turnover in the pink market.
Hasn't stopped you from selling to them.
Well, we don't sell to them, not directly. There are resellers, and the company's never pretended to be interested in going after them.
Are there resellers? I thought I read that Right to Repair got shot down again.
There's been a gray market for softer androids for years or decades, depending on your definition of android. Based on the sale numbers I've seen, RTR getting canned was barely a blip on their radar. Sorry, didn't mean to make you uncomfortable with this topic.
Huh? Me? No, I don't care. I just realized my left sock's on inside out.
Damn. Now I'm wondering about that myself.
Dawes, why are you wondering about my socks?
No, Morgan, you dipshit. I'm wondering about my own.
He bought that? Okay, thanks for sharing that data.
Sure. Did you find what you were looking for?
Hell if I know.
Fair enough.
Okay, here we go.
Ah, there we go. Okay, so we have to do the other ones before we get tenants.
Yeah. Humor me for a moment. What's the company's official statement on AI?
Same as any rational company that wants to make money. We don't screw with it.
If fucking only. Oh my god.
If only, right?
Holy shit.
This entire game has been having a valid conversation about AI that has just gotten worse as AI has become a more prevalent thing.
Yeah, when did this game come out? Store page. Hold on. Okay, 2025. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
If this game came out in like 2019, I would have lost my shit. I would have been like, what did they know? But no.
Yeah. Smart products are profitable. Products with their own priorities are anything but. That being said, AI is a concern for marketing, not product development. We spend a lot of money reassuring our public that there's no risk, because the public doesn't really understand how ironclad the tenets are.
Because you use Tesseract?
Trying to code an AI in tests is like trying to pick yourself up and throw yourself. I can do that. Sorry. Nonsensical and self-defeating.
Your scanner showed Sarah was running on Tesseract yesterday. If the language is as safe as you say it is, isn't that proof enough?
Proof of nothing. For an AI, lying to another system about the code you're running is child's play. And for an AI built by David Asher, something that simple would be...
Better change the subject. Wait, so making an AI takes more than time and resources? It isn't an issue of funding?
No, you can't just keep adding more data. The tenets underlie everything. The higher you stack, the more easily you'll topple.
You make it sound like building an AI isn't impossible, even for David Asher. Any chance you'll testify to that?
It sounds impossible. But he's dead, and it looks like it was his android that did it. So I guess he was just that good.
Better than you'll ever know.
The tenets!
I know you're convinced the tenants are safe. So how do you square that with what happened to David?
Square up, God, I'm tired of waiting. There's a cat next to a dog. First answer that comes to mind, is the dog to the left or to the right?
Left. What do you think?
Yeah, left, why not?
I'd say the dog is on the left, the cat is on the right.
You might expect half of people to say left, half to say right. But actually, their answer is almost entirely dependent on their native tongue. Whether it's read right to left or left to right. The language they speak affects how they process information. Their language affects how they think. And it's the same for machines. People can learn new languages, and it can change our perspective. But machines can't learn a new source code. Every update's a reincarnation. If that android did kill David, it wasn't because a 0 returned as a 1 somewhere. it's because there's something fundamentally wrong with it. And personally, I think it's cruel to bring something that flawed into the world.
Yeah. Unnecessarily cruel.
Any other questions before I go find a hole to hide my head in?
I'd like you to take a look at this.
Chemistry is a little outside my purview. What is this?
A compound found in David Asher's blood.
The poison? What is it?
It didn't match anything in the database the medical examiner had access to.
That's crazy.
Here's a crazy idea to follow it up. See if it's a match for anything in Noble's internal databanks.
We, don't make poison here. I'm not sure what that would accomplish.
No, but this is a factory floor. You could be making baby blankets out there. You'd still have hazardous materials around.
You think it was something industrial? Suppose it could be. Looks like it's carbon-based, narrows it down a lot. It's not exactly...
What is it?
It doesn't make any sense, but it's a match for patent NOD 52345S. A synthetically produced neurotransmitter analog for usage in organic android components.
Serotonin. That explains a lot. A neurotransmitter would interact directly with the nervous system. In David's case, depressing it enough to put his life in danger. It also explains why it was a preset in his personal manufacturer. Sarah's nervous system, worth 10 times its weight in platinum, must be pumped full of it.
So they think that was what killed him.
Helen Young led the development of serotonin, didn't she?
Yes, she did.
I should go and ask her about its composition then.
Normally someone at her level wouldn't be able to answer specific questions about a compound formulated years ago. But she does have a reputation for being very detail-oriented.
That works out nicely then.
They say she's the type of person to micromanage how much water people drink at a 15-minute stand-up. I heard a rumor that she once said bathroom breaks are a timesheet theft.
Maybe Young sucks. Have we considered this?
I believe that Young is the culprit.
She's the killer.
I believe that she killed David Asher.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's obvious. She was the only other person there. And, like, there was clearly some shit between them. But I think more so than anything, it's because she thinks that bathroom breaks are timesheet theft. Aren't they? I'm kidding. But you should be careful about criticizing a superior where people could be listening. Good thing we've got privacy in your office.
No one but the two of us listening in.
Thanks for cooperating, Dawes. When the state storms the building and starts zip tying people, I'll let them know that you were helpful.
Yeah, nice joke. You are joking, right? Ooh,
One more
we can Columbo. One more thing. Let's Columbo.
Yeah, of course we're gonna fucking Columbo.
Actually, there is one more thing I wanted to ask you.
Yes, that's the line verbatim. What's that?
How long have you been a corporate spy?
What?
Yesterday you let it slip that you worked in consulting. Had your guard down because I'm not part of the industry?
I was a consultant. What are you talking about?
When I walked in here, you said you didn't know how David died. But just now you called serotonin a poison.
But what? I just assumed if a chemical was found in a dead man.
And I'm sure you've got practiced answers to every logical point I could raise, so I'll just say this. Does the nervous guy bit really work on people?
Keep your cool and people don't know what you're thinking. But if you act a little jumpy, they feel inclined to calm you down. Before they know it, they're spilling their guts just to have something to fill the silence with.
Morgan is like getting her free bullying quota on this guy. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Morgan's done nothing wrong ever.
Though it's not entirely an act these days. To answer your question, I did 3 tours in consulting. 4 quarters of internal affairs, spy hunting at the Western Division. Then 8 embedded at Howe Industries. 24 months wearing different faces, answering to different names, sleeping for 1 hour at a time with a 3D printed shiv under my pillow. Sorry, I just got the news that one of my friends officially got prescribed HRT.
Yay! Hold on.
My nerves are completely shot. My cover wouldn't last a day if I went back under.
So you're a spy for Noble?
We're tired.
You're working 6 days a week.
5.5 days a week, and in quality assurance. Trust me, this position is a cushy, generous reward for my past services.
Well, you can't be that retired. You clearly know more than you're letting on.
I have some old inboxes I still check.
So can you tell me what the hell is happening around here? Why I'm the one investigating David's death while your old co-workers are off twiddling their thumbs?
It's that story. The soldier, the blood transfusion.
Blood, not accident. He's finally shooting straight. Did something happen to him afterwards? Did the transfusion not last?
No, there's nothing wrong with the blood. It's the story itself. There was a soldier, and he did get injured. But it was on a base during a training exercise. There was a medical tent 10 meters away the whole time. The transfusion was just a fortuitous live test. His life was never in any danger.
Doesn't make for much of a tearjerker.
Not even a good photo op. Which our competitors understood. One of them, maybe a few of them, got a hold of the story, started puffing it up, astroturfing, painting over socials and virals. By the next morning, we had the military thinking we're leaking like a sieve. Meanwhile, the media is bombarding us with requests for videos and interviews and data. And the state's praising our tech with one side of their mouth while threatening to mist us with the other for getting so greedy. Everyone in Noble CCE has been slammed ever since. Trying to find an off-ramp for the story we can walk... trying to find an off-ramp for the story we can walk back the claims on without torpedoing our state contracts. I don't know what happened to Asher. Whether it was AI gone rogue or company infighting gone too far. But I can tell you that it wasn't done by consultants. That all you wanted to know? Psychiatrist. Ooh.
Push a little further?
Yes.
You worked in CCE. Was David actually seeing a psychiatrist, or was it all cloak and dagger bullshit?
Heh, even Morgan hates them in Marvel Rivals. I know that office. Know some old coworkers who see them.
So it's a front?
They do both. So he was probably getting training, and he was probably talking to someone. Sorry, not the answer you were hoping for?
Hoping? I wasn't hoping for any answer. The answer I expected was...
You okay?
That's all. Unless you've got any advice.
You're saying you want a consultation?
Couldn't hurt, right?
This company. All these companies hate to lose. So don't fight them. Make them think you're fighting for them.
Well, that's just business as usual for me.
1:22 p.m., July 2nd, 2086. I think once this scene is done, we should call it.
Okay. Up until now, there's been this grating ambiguity about what actually killed David. We've had to use guesses and process of elimination, and even a goddamn pseudonym. But I've finally identified what the poison was. Now I just need to figure out how it got there. Or rather, who put it there. Which brings me back to here. An elevator shaft somewhere under or above ground. With kilometers of concrete facelessness and bureaucratic authority surrounding me on all sides. An enemy in every cubicle and every office of every floor of this temple. Built to interpret the inscrutable divinations of a temperamental oracle named Share Price. Built to interpret the inscrutable divinations of a temperamental oracle named Share Price. Back in the belly of the beast. And yet I feel more at ease now than I have all weekend. Makes sense. Now I know Noble's my enemy. Now that I know Noble's my enemy, I know where to aim. All that's left to do is... pull the trigger. Good thing I didn't bring a knife to this fight. I brought my gun. And that sound just now tells me it's playing its role perfectly. I'll never have a real use for a firearm with this much bloatware. But just carrying it around and paying attention to when the hard safety flips on, I'll always get a heads up when the police have entered the vicinity. Oh, that's smart.
Chuckles.
Hi, Detective Reyes. It's Morgan. Happened to get your contact info when you got me cleared for the crime scene yesterday. Delete contact. Block this contact. Stop voice to text. How to stop voice to text. Just wanted to check in. Report this contact voice to text disable. And advise you that Noble's scared shitless of you stomping in and nationalizing the place. So they might be a little uncooperative when it comes to fetching documents. Block this contact. What makes you think we are at Noble? My bad then. Forget I said anything. And whatever you do, don't start your investigation with their stock buyback program. Trying reverse psychology, it only works if I care what you think. Stop voice to text. About time. Thought I'd have to ride the elevator for the next half hour.
Morgan Counselor, your presence has been requested on the upper floors.
Deja vu.
Might you have a moment to speak in private?
Always, but who's asking?
The board.
What are the chances? I've been wanting to speak to them, too.
(1:40 p.m., July 2nd, 2086. That was really short. We can do this one.
Okay.
Noble Electronics Northeastern HQ. Conference room 108A. Is that me? Yeah, that's me. Evangeline Morgan.
Helen Young.
Thank you for making time in your schedule.
Her posture, her tone, the fold of her clothes, professional, dialed up to 11. Corporate armor, a full set, her guard is up. Just Morgan is fine.
You're just a few minutes early, Morgan.
Typical corporate, never be the first one to show up, pissing contest nonsense. It doesn't even make sense. They called me in here. How could I possibly be early?
Yeah, Sinner's Gate, you're late.
I say we flip the script.
Yeah.
Oh, that's embarrassing. I didn't mean to catch you all off guard. I'll go wait outside in case you... I'll go wait outside in that case. You can all collect yourselves. I'm just surprised that Noble Electronics could screw up with something as simple as a meeting start time. But I'm not well versed in the art of staring at emails.
You've made your point, counselor. Don't push your luck. Oh, I like when her eyes go wide and she just stares at you. Not with these people.
Company CEOs don't even say sorry anymore. They just stare at you like this. Might I dare to ask who these people are?
You don't have time to remember their names, and it won't do you much good either.
Right, so they're not just rich. They're anonymous rich.
The Mob Act guarantees a minimum level of security and peace of mind for any citizen who might be targeted due to their financial status.
I'm gonna freak out. This game is gonna make me freak the fuck out. It makes me so angry.
Yeah,
In like the best way possible. I read a sentence like that and just like the implications that come with that and like the world building that comes with the line like that. And it just, well played. Well played. Spoken like a true believer. Except Mob Act is what normal people call it. Touting the party line but allowing yourself the one instance of rebellion. Or just a slip of the tongue. I would never fault anyone for wanting their privacy, especially not job creators. But it must get pretty inconvenient not having a name to call them.
Not really. Conversations with them are always one-sided.
Sounds like a great environment to do business in.
Look at the building you're standing in. We managed to eke out a meager profit somehow. So if it works.
Zoe, thank you so much for the sub. Oh my god. Everyone go, everyone S-O Skylord Zoe. I spelled that right. I will first try. Yeah, I'm so good at spelling. Everyone go follow Zoe. She's really cool. And we're doing a collab this weekend. We're gonna be doing Mario Party. Mario Party. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win. Hi, Lily. It's Morgan. That's a really cute emote.
It's Morgan Wednesday. Unfortunately, we're really close to ending.
We are in the last scene of the stream. It's all over. Didn't take you for the might makes right type.
And I didn't take you for a clueless boor incapable of reading the room.
Sorry, did I say something off color? I was only being casual since it's just the two of us in here. Maybe we should take advantage of this rare bit of privacy. Clear the air?
You're here to ask about Sarah, yes? As I said before, I had no idea that Dr. Asher had been building an android on his private property. And I could say here and now that no one at Noble Electronics ever suspected that he was working to undermine the Tenet framework.
She's trying to sound candid in her tone, but she's choosing her words with a surgeon's scalpel. Was she coached? Is that the truth, or is that your statement as VP of Android Futures?
It's both, of course. Dr. Asher was always more than happy to hold himself up and work independently. We both know that.
True, he could be pretty reclusive. I'm sure it caused all kinds of headaches, him disappearing on you all like that. Must have been especially difficult when he came back with breakthroughs that propelled Noble to the top of the industry.
When's this game gonna run out of hair colors to give people?
We're getting there.
You should take a seat. If that's everyone, shall we begin?
Friendly bunch. Is there a problem with the sound? Anyone get muted by accident?
No.
Okay. Thanks for having me. I don't want to take too much of your time. I'm actually a bit flustered having you all show up here. I didn't expect to talk to anyone higher up than a service associate.
You're investigating the death of Dr. David Asher. Why wouldn't we take that seriously?
Because you want me to go away. At least half of you do. The others aren't sure yet.
You must be confused. The board is, as always, united in its decisions and its visions for the direction of this company.
Uh-huh. A board of directors is just 13 roulette-rolling psychopaths who get together and vote on whether or not to execute their CEO every 6 months. This game is fucking spitting like crazy. None of them would be where they are if they were anything else. But I happen to know how that kind of person thinks. You sure do. The way I see it, there are 2 possible outcomes. Option 1, you oppose me. Shut me out completely, stonewall me, stall me, and wait for me to walk into trial so unprepared and ill-informed that I inevitably lose. Obviously, I don't like this option. But you can't be big fans of it either. If I lose, the world will learn that David Asher was killed by an android he programmed. Then every customer you've ever had, and every lawyer they've ever seen on TV, and every firebrand, strapping young 60-year-old junior senator looking to make a name for themselves will use your company balance sheet as their personal chew toy.
The company is more than capable of...
After which the state might still just gobble you whole, and throw down enough sanctions to deperson whomever among you cries no fair.
The company and its allies at the Capitol can more than fend for themselves.
Yes, probably, but not definitely. Which makes it a gamble. Still my turn to talk? Then on to option 2. You cooperate with me. I use what you give me, or forge for me, to win a trial, proving that David wasn't killed by an android. When the markets open tomorrow morning, you all get another round of stock buybacks in on the initial dip. Then pat yourselves on the back for staying calm as you continue to profit off David's legacy for the next 100 years. And you won't have to even worry about him speaking out of turn.
That's only if you win. If the company cooperates with you, denies that David was killed by... and the state beats you anyway, it would be catastrophic.
Yeah, it's a gamble. But if at least someone on your... If at least some of your board wasn't considering taking it, I wouldn't be here. We're all busy people, and I'd hate to drive a wedge between such a close-knit group of friends, so how about this? Option 3, hedge your bets.
What?
Put a little on black, put a little on red. Spread the love and lower your risk profile. Don't make any statements about the trial. Tell the media that the state's got your windpipe in a vice. Wait until just before the markets open Monday morning to send out your PR packages for rubber stamping, after you already know who's won. One way or another, this trial will be over before the end of the day, and you'll never hear from me again. So just don't shut me out completely for another few hours.
And does anyone second that motion? Very well. We can answer some of your questions, Counselor.
Better make them count. No reason to be shy now. The poison that killed David Asher has been identified as serotonin. You're familiar?
It's one of our many patented materials, as I recall.
You recalled it pretty easily yesterday. Gee, what's changed?
But intellectual property law can be very complex, Counselor. I'm not sure how much I or anyone at the company could tell you about serotonin at this time.
Well, if you can't tell me more about it, who could? You did lead its development, didn't you?
Yes, I oversaw the project, which just makes it that much harder to speak freely without compromising the confidentiality of the teams that reported to me.
I understand. That sounds like bullshit and I don't believe it. I love Morgan so much. Normal amount.
She's so good. She's so fucking good.
She's so amazing, honestly. Honestly, she's kind of incredible. But I'm not asking for trade secrets here. It's a perfect match for the only foreign substance found in his blood. Synatonin is what killed him. The state will say the same.
Yeah. That's not possible.
Care to elaborate?
I'm sorry, but I can't say more at this time.
So much for cooperating. And if I were to ask you as an officer of the court?
Then I would ask you to be patient and wait until this afternoon. ADA Rockford has already called me to testify.
Already? Damn it. I got cocky because of the cops' late arrival. Emma must have gone straight for the throat first thing this morning and left the investigating for later. Hell, knowing her, she probably managed to ID the Synatonin before she went to bed last night. So are we still having this conversation then?
Jesus, I'm so tired. As I said, I'm sorry. But I have to take more than just my personal feelings into consideration here. There's a great deal at stake.
Corporate speak for, you're too stupid to understand why I'm being dense. She's just trying to shield the company, plain and simple. LARPing is Helen Young Dark, Joan Dark. What's the name?
Helen Young d'Arc.
Helen Young d'Arc. Well, what's the name of the actual, like, historical
Joan of
figure?
Arc.
Joan of Arc.
Joan of Arc or Joan d'Arc.
Yeah. LARPing is Helen Young Dark. Fuck it. LARPing is no one on a crusade against government overreach. But if she's that busy defending Noble, she might be leaving herself unguarded. Why is she here anyway? Why am I speaking to her and not her lawyers? That's right. This is a vulnerable position for her. She wouldn't put herself in check like that, not unless she was forced to. So that's it. Acting as their mouthpiece isn't some honor for her. This is a punishment. She's being used as a meat shield. They're upset with her, perhaps even suspicious of her. Time to find out why.
Let's start with David's will.
Yeah. Has David's will been located?
It had never gone anywhere. It's still in a safety deposit box. We'll retrieve it. And we'll retrieve it and have it read once all the unknowns surrounding his death have been made into knowns.
So David's will hasn't even become part of the equation yet. It might not be for weeks at this rate. Is that calculated, though?
I think we stay because we don't have any indication that someone's might have done it for something on his will.
Sure. Maybe for Sarah, but...
Yeah.
Will.
Jealousy.
I have to admit, I'm surprised you aren't more shaken up today, Mrs. Young.
I'm processing.
After all, you and David did have a history. You started at the same time, didn't you?
Yes, we were colleagues and cordial with one another.
You were hanging out and, like, drinking together.
Yeah.
Don't be so modest. You helped him create the one-point doctrine that saved the company.
That is a gross exaggeration. Noble is far too large an organization to be affected by the contributions of any single individual.
Suppose you're right. No one person could change Noble's fortunes overnight. Except for David Asher, of course. But he was a once-in-a-generation talent. The guy Noble chose for the advertisements and the one they commissioned editorials about. Sorry, you're right. I shouldn't have equated the two of you.
I absolutely think that jealousy was part of the motive here.
Oh, absolutely. I just hope his one-point doctrine doesn't fall out of favor now that he's gone.
Yes, well, we certainly wouldn't want that.
Morgan, get her ass.
Yeah,
well,
just
she
the
didn't
idea that, like, she's jealous that they're both like incredibly well paid at this point, but while she's held to the fucking board of directors, David could just do whatever he wanted.
Yeah. Well, she didn't exactly explode with rage, but she definitely reacted. There's real jealousy there, whether it ever boiled over, though.
David and Noble.
I didn't mean to pry about your relationship with David or lack thereof. I suppose I'm just curious about his standing inside Noble as a whole.
David Asher was, and always will be, an outstanding contributor to the company's forward progress. Nothing will ever change that.
Not even if he were killed by one of his own creations?
That would, of course, be a tragic element that would call for reconsideration of his legacy.
She was almost off guard there. Like she was surprised for me to be asking about Sarah ruining his reputation.
I think we pressed this because holy shit, y'all would trash him if he made the company look bad.
Oh yeah? Besides Sarah, David's reputation was crystal clean. He never went against the company once, did he?
That's...
Unless I'm mistaken, and he and Noble were on bad terms. In that case, I might get the impression that some of leadership were actually glad to see him taken off the chessboard.
That is not...
Something buzzing in your ear?
Fine. I suppose it makes no difference if you hear it now, or at the trial, or on your feed tomorrow. Dr. David Asher was being sued by the company for breach of contract. Satisfied?
Now we're talking. Well then, I suppose that's... Blackjack. She's so cool! So, you couldn't have mentioned this breach of contract earlier?
Not without complicating the company's position unnecessarily, no. But there's no hiding it at this point. It'll all come out soon enough.
There's a paper trail?
Much more than that. We'd been making moves to let him go for some time.
Noble Electronics parting ways with David Asher? Must have been one hell of a breach of contract. What did he do?
He betrayed the confidence of the board.
Was he contesting the suit? Putting up a fight? Engaging in a legal battle against a mega corporation without even telling me?
In a legal battle. Until recently, yes.
You mean until he died? How recently?
We spoke on Friday.
That was what you talked about in his parlor?
No, this was earlier in the day. We were in this room, actually. Him, me, and several members of our legal department. It was an arbitration.
And did you come to an agreement?
A compromise. He would resign from his position in 2 quarters, foregoing royalties on any products he would develop after the next 24 months. In exchange, he wouldn't be publicly fired, and he would still be credited on all past, present, and future filings.
How very reasonable. On paper, maybe. No matter what the deal was, letting go of David Asher is insanity.
Reasonable, yes. We ended on a good note, I'd like to think. We shook hands, even took a photo. That is the most depressed man you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
that is the most depressed woman you've ever seen.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that looks lovely.
Heh.
Something funny. Didn't know the board told jokes.
They don't. That was legal, expressing their displeasure with how much paperwork my good note ending left them stuck with. Children. It was just one night of overtime.
Estrogen could have saved her. You mean that in one way, but actually estrogen nullifies serotonin, so yes, it would have saved her. If she had estrogen in her system, she would have been completely fine. Wouldn't have even noticed she was
Totally.
poisoned.
Yeah. And she then would have put her hands around the throat of Dr. Young, and they would have made out sloppy style before David killed her.
Yay! So while they were spending their Friday night blowing the ink dry, you paid a visit to David's penthouse? Something left unfinished?
Professionally, it was a good meeting. There was no yelling, no finger pointing. Much cleaner than expected. But Dr. Asher did not want to retire. He didn't want to be forced out of the company when he was the one who... when he had contributed so much. I didn't enjoy doing that to him, so I came over that night to apologize to him. We talked, reminisced. When he brought out the drinks, I thought we'd be toasting to a new day. A few minutes later, he was dead. Because of that AI.
That AI. Any idea how it came to be?
As I said, I had no idea he was working on it.
My question was more broad than that. If you really believe David built an AI, how do you think he did it? How does Noble Electronics think he managed to work around the tenets?
It's quite beyond my area of expertise. And no one at the company could call themselves an expert in illegal technology. But some in the R&D department have theorized that he created what they call a wax-wane decaying priority loop. Which, as I understand, is an unstable, resource-intensive theoretical method for pseudo-randomizing the weight amongst preset tenets.
Well, about as off-target as it gets with that guess.
But that kind of inelegant brute force nonsense seems a far cry from the kind of thing David would create, and I seem to have taken us over our allotted time slot.
But I didn't even get to wave goodbye.
You're serious about this trial?
Don't I look it?
You're not just making a play, you're actually going to defend that thing.
I'm just defending myself, Miss Young.
Oh yes, of course you are. My mistake.
I hoped you might be rooting for me, to tell you the truth. I may yet save everyone's stock options.
The stock options will be alright either way. They always are.
That gamble I offered your board, which outcome would you bet on?
Finally, an easy question. What I would bet is that whatever the outcome, the company will eat it up and shit it out with very little difficulty. You painted an ugly picture back there, but I've already seen the future. And it's just another marketing gimmick. The great Dr. Asher, too smart, too bold, too far ahead of his time. What spark of genius remains buried in the inspired Animate 19?
I guess that depends on...
You were exactly right. He is more valuable to Noble as a dead man. Dead men can't step out of line, or put their foot in their mouth, or hold politically inconvenient opinions. To a good salesperson, a dead man is just another selling point. Pardon my outburst. I'm just tired. It's been a very long week for me.
I'll let you prepare for your afternoon then, Dr. Young.
No one calls me doctor. I asked them not to.
You didn't want the title?
At times I have thought very little of it. The PhD I earned from a Noble-owned school.
Biochemistry. It couldn't have been a very large department at Noble before they started working on warm androids in earnest. They probably didn't have many expectations for the program back when she was a part of it.
But I was proud of it when I first got it.
Something change?
It never seemed to catch on. People didn't use it, so eventually I told people not to use it. A very high IQ social power play, you understand.
David never insisted people use it either.
That's very different, and I think you know it. David Asher didn't have to.
One more question. What's it like being the killing killer?
Yeah. And that's a good point. David didn't have to because his name was synonymous with his work.
Yeah. And Young is jealous because she was never given what was hers.
Yep.
But instead of just going on a rampage and killing all the board members, she killed David Asher. Lame.
Yeah, you killed the wrong one, so now you're bad.
Well, thank you all for watching. I am very into this game. It's so good. Goodbye, everyone.
It's such a good game.
Have a wonderful rest of your day.
I have a suspicion that the next stream will be the last stream of Chapter 1.
I would like to push through and finish Chapter 1, even if it does go a little bit longer than we have been going.
Well, yes, and I will. Actually, let me just check something real quick.
Okay.
Wednesday, Megan Wednesday.
Not her name. Not
I
what she's
think
called.
I'm available. I think I'm available.
Yay! Okay, bye everyone.
It's a. All right.